Well, I've been showing people for over 40 years now how to get money from the government. I mean, the government has so much money they're giving out, and it usually was only going to rich people. And that's where I started. I started, 30, 40 years ago, whatever it is, showing rich people how to take advantage of government programs and charge them thousands of dollars. But as I was doing that, I see, man, there's more money now for the average person on the street, but they can't pay thousands of dollars to learn. So I set up a new service now called Let's Go Help, where I just charge $20. But we give personal help and mentoring, and even now we're doing. Well, we have courses, that you take, and then we train you how to get government money. Here's a here's a message I got from one of our members. She's called Honey Bay. Isn't that a neat name, Honey Bay? I guess it's Bay, B-E-Y or B-E-A. Is that Bay or B? Bay. Anyway, but what's nice when I see these messages, I learn things and how to say things better because I've been studying this for 40, 50 years. I think you know what I know, and you don't. If you're doing this for the first time, it's hard for me to explain things because I just have too much stuff. So she explains it better on what I do than I do. Here's a note I just got from her today. It says, Mr. Lesko. Nah, I'd rather be called Matthew. Oh, she says Mr. Matthew. Okay. Well, Mr. Matthew sounds like a hairdresser to me. I do need my haircut, but Matthew is fine. I've been sick, so I haven't been active in a couple of weeks. I wanted to tell you and the group that Mr. Matthews' info is golden. I have been having trouble with getting some help from a claim that I had with the DES. This is the DES in North Carolina. That's the Department of Employment Security. Okay, so the unemployment office. And I have contacted my senators and emailed senators after months and months of no help from the DES. The senator I was speaking with, assisted forward my claim and issued to the House of Representatives, and the guy from the House, Senator Abe's assistant, was actually contacted me several times and be helping me with my situation. Well, English may not be her first language, so it's a little confusing, but I know she's calling. See, that's the important thing. One of the things I'm trying to teach anybody in our class that we have is how to use the phone and how important that is to call your elected officials. And you have 50, not 50, you probably have a dozen or so in any city that you live in. And you call the federal, the state, local, and it's easy to find all their phone numbers. It's just, here's what you have to do is just put commoncause.org, find your representative. And that's all you have to do. You go there, put your zip code in, and then you get a list of all their contact information, and you just get on the phone and call. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's see. Last week, I finally received an answer after almost 8 months of no help. See, that's what happened. She's been banging her head against the wall for 8 months, getting nowhere about the money they owe you. And so many of these government agencies have been so screwed up because they gave them a whole bunch of things to do and they didn't have the manpower or the expertise to send all this money out. So it got really screwed up. So people have a lot of money sitting in government offices, particularly local state offices, that are owed to them, and they can't get through to people. Okay. She shows you right here. She called the senators, she called the representatives, and then if that doesn't work, you go down the line and call your state representatives, your state senators. If that doesn't work, you call the governor's office, and you just keep going down the line. It's like dating or getting a job or whatever. You just can't call one person and hope to get it. And you got to call. See, if you don't call, then you're just a digit. You're just a robot. You know how a robot sends you junk emails and you don't care. But a human that you talk to, it's easier to relate to. It's easier for them to want to solve your problem when they know you as an individual. So if you have to go bake a cake and take it down their office or whatever it is to make them know that you're human and in trouble. Okay. And then it's easier and they have the power to do it. See, that's the important thing. They have the most power in this system to make the bureaucracy work. No matter what you do to them, you're not going to affect their paycheck. You don't have a power. You have power over the people that call you from the internet because they want money from you. These people don't get money from you. So, but they have power over them because the elected officials get money for the bureaucrats. So if they don't make the elected officials happy, they won't get enough money next year. So it's simple. Yeah, just show me the money. Okay. So last week I finally received an answer after almost 8 months of no help. So guys, she's saying to all the members, please call and email. I know situations may be frustration at times, but Mr. Matthew is right when he says the telephone is your best source when trying to get help from the government. Okay, contact your senators. Okay, Matthew, continue to spread the information so that so many of us need. Again, thank you, and thank you for my winnings. They helped assist me in finding a new place. Love and blessings. Sincerely, a fan of the man with the question marks. Well, I got hearts now too. But the most important lesson here is that you have to get off the Google. You have to get on the phone. It's a both, but you don't go looking for help. You go looking for the phone and then talk to people there who have a right to know. That's why if you're not a member of Let's Go Help, I have another website. And want to join Let's Go Help, it's letsgohelp.com. But if you don't want to do, because that's $20 and it's a monthly, you could quit anytime, no problem. But if you don't want to be involved with this, I have another website called Let's Go Reports. And what that is, it's like for any aspect of life you have. Like you want to buy a house or invest in real estate. Well, I have a listing there of all the sources in your state. See, for 3 or 4 years now, I've been working on this list, complete list for every state. Gives you all the sources of possibilities to get money and help for real estate and housing, buying a house, investing in real estate, starting a business, a nonprofit, or becoming a freelancer, or getting a government contract, all that. So see, there's offices that get grants to help you get money to do what you want. So you find them, they either have the money or know who does have. So that's why it becomes a shopping list for you to get on this guy and start calling around. So you're human. You got to be human. People like helping humans. You know how you hate the lady from Comcast who sounds like a robot? That's nothing different than the robot. Yeah. So that's why you want to be human. So you contact them. It's that way for dealing with your bills and rent and debt and all those kinds of things. There's a separate list of organizations for that. You want to get a better job, an education, job training. There's a special list of organizations just in your state. They're the people you call. You don't call Washington, man. No, the Washington money comes from Washington down to your state, and then you call it healthcare. You need healthcare. You need dental care. You need pet care. You need prescription. All those. They're local offices, and they're all there. So that's a $5.95. You get the whole list, and you start. Bing bang, you're on your way, and that's all it costs. $5.95. Man, this is the stuff I used to sell like for thousands and thousands of dollars. But that's no fun. Rich people aren't fun to help because they don't need it. I'd rather help people who really need it and keep it at a price that's so low it's that it doesn't affect you. The problem is you could find what you need in life. It's just going to take time and trial and error. And if you start spending money on it, you're going to run out of money before you get your answer. So that's why I want to be the cheapest guy in town that helps you find the money and help you really need to get through this silly little life we're all trying to do.